Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Podjitzu. This is a Ninjago podcast. I'm the host, SPI, and today I am joined by...
Brickfilmer125.
Yes, Brickfilmer125. He's a Ninjago stop-motion YouTuber, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about the current leaks that have been kind of going around in the Ninjago community, and just leaks in general. But first off, I have some questions for you, Brickfilmer. Or actually, is there anything you want to say to the listeners of Podjitzu before we get into this?
Subscribe to SPI Ninjago. He makes great Ninjago content, and
Thank you.
Worth a subscription.
Subscribe to his channel too, because he's shouting me out. So, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So you're a stop motion YouTuber, and you've been at it for how many years now? On YouTube.
I created my Ninjago series back in 2017, so good 2 years, almost 3 after this year, so that's pretty crazy.
What kind of inspired you to start doing stop motion?
Like any other Ninjago fan out there, I'm sure everybody else, DT Nagli Studios, AL123 Productions, those guys, definitely bigger inspirations. And just seeing other people make stop motion animation really was something super cool, and I really wanted to make my own because hey, I have Legos, I can probably do that.
That's really cool. And so have you had a specific Lego theme or something besides Ninjago that you've wanted to do and haven't done, or has it made?
Want to make an Avengers Endgame video, except I want to wait until the set with Hulk and the Iron Man gauntlet comes out in November. Except I'm not sure if people would still want to watch Endgame stuff in November. I'm hoping they would. So hopefully I can get to that one day, somewhere this year. But yeah, that's one thing that I've sort of wanted to make stuff out of, especially just superheroes in general. Because there's a lot of Marvel and DC content out there that I think a lot of people would really enjoy.
Doesn't that set come with the Thanos copter? Or am I wrong?
It's Avengers copter, but for some reason Black Widow is in it, which is interesting.
So they're trying to defeat Thanos with
yes
their own helicopter.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, what has been your favorite thing to do on your channel? Whether it be stop motion or other types of videos or a specific series. Have you had a favorite thing that you've done?
My Ninjago series has always been something, cool to do and fun to do, or else I wouldn't really be doing it. Yeah. But I think the sort of update videos where I get to be just silly and make silly edits with the visuals, and I can be much more relaxed and less scripted, I guess, if that makes any sense. Basically, much more fluid. Those videos are just a lot more relaxed, and I just enjoy them a tiny bit more than Ninjago stop motion.
And that Big Time Rush video, though.
Yes. Putting together silly stuff like that really just puts a smile on my face, because I'm sure not a lot of people care to watch it, or don't expect to watch it, on my channel at least, but it's fun to do. It's quick, it's easy, and it's also just really fun.
I'm going to link that in the description, because that one was hilarious. I might have watched it 3 times. Have there been kind of other things besides stop motion are wanting to do, or you wish that you've done, or...
Wish I got into Minecraft content.
Oh, yeah.
Back a long time ago when I made silly Minecraft videos. Except because Minecraft is bigger, it does make me want to sort of delve into that type of content again. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe if people... want to watch it. I don't know. Maybe. Besides that, I think just more comedic videos. I want to make people laugh, and that's something I can do with the Ninjago series, but I'm sure a lot of people prefer a tiny bit more serious tone, but I'd prefer to have something separate so that it can be laughs all the way through, I guess.
Where do you see your channel going just in the future in general?
I actually plan on not in 2020, but in 2021, I plan on ending my Ninjago series, because I know that I can continue it. It's just by then, Ninjago will be 10 years old, and I kind of want to break off from the franchise then, because it's been 10 years. It'll be 10 years, which is absolutely insane after following a franchise for that long. But that's probably what is the biggest change that's going to happen to my channel.
Okay.
Unless something else arises.
I ask this question every episode, but it's kind of a tradition now at this point. I don't even know how it became a tradition. It just did. But I've been asking whoever I brought on, I'm like, if you could have any element in Ninjago, what would it be? And let's see. I wrote it down somewhere. I'm trying to think. Okay, Mike said speed. I said amber. Oh, I didn't write down what Mitchell said. Albrecht Studios said ice. I forgot what Mitchell said. No, he said invisibility. That's what he said. So, my question for you is, besides those powers, like you can't say speed or amber or ice or invisibility, what would be the element in Ninjago that you would want to have?
I would say water, because I've thought of this question before, and it's just because I don't know if my elemental water would be drinkable or safe to drink.
Yeah.
But just in like a survival scenario, if you were to be like stranded on an island or something.
True.
Yeah, there's not too many ways to get drinkable water, and so I think an elemental power really works well. And also, you can just like wash yourself off, technically. If that makes sense. You can spray yourself with water.
Yeah, honestly, I've never thought about that before. It's just like you can just. I mean, that would be like the coolest shower ever if you had the elemental power of water.
Exactly. And the best part is, like, you could have, like, a houseplant and you never need to water it because you could just, like, shoot your hand over it.
You never need to walk to the drinking fountain. You could just make it come to you. That's really convenient for me because I always, like, have to refill my water bottles. I wouldn't have to anymore. I'd just make them refill themselves. So that's pretty much it for the interview part. Is there anything that like you want to talk about regarding your channel, or like any videos that you want to plug or anything, like anything that you're working on?
Working on my Ninjago series as always. I guess that's
Frostburn.
Something to plug. I personally am not a too big a fan of plugs, especially just because of the volume of my channel, and I don't want to encroach upon others that are still trying to grow. But yeah, the Ninjago series, I personally want to delve into a little, not really serious stuff, but like I said earlier, more comedic stuff. And I feel like a lot of my audience is younger, and I'm sure there are some that are older. But I do kind of want to attract an all ages audience and not just younger. I want to just cater to a larger audience, basically, and I'm looking to expand upon that.
Basically, all you have to do is just make more Big Time Rush parodies.
Exactly, just more meme videos.
So, for the people listening to this episode, I posted something on my Instagram, kind of asking for questions. It's kind of something that I want to do more so in these Podjitzus, because I don't want to be asking like the same questions every episode. So, if you guys have questions to ask, I'll be posting on my Instagram who's my next guest, and then you guys can post your questions and stuff. So follow me at SPI Ninjago, submit your questions. I didn't really get that many questions this time, but one of the questions that I did get, I don't know, I really like this question. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make this the topic of this episode, if you're okay with it, Brickfilmer. We just talk about like the current Ninjago leaks that have come out.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, definitely.
I totally didn't talk to you about that beforehand. For season 12 and Legacy, what's been revealed so far? A game controller. It's like an Avatar J, an Avatar Lloyd.
We have gotten Pink Zane, which is definitely a big hitter.
Yes, my favorite.
And then with Avatar J, there's the new sword, which I'm guessing will be the collectible for this season. We got Tournament J. What do you think of Tournament J? Tournament J.
Yeah, in my last episode that I did with Mitchell, we were kind of like talking about the suits and stuff, and I didn't really expect it to be a redesign. I was thinking they would make their own exclusive suits, but I think that's really cool how they're doing redesigns, because like I liked those suits back then, but to kind of update them a little bit, That could be a really cool idea.
I think the unfortunate thing is that we are probably not, even though they have their hair for Jay at least.
Yeah.
Zane is probably just gonna have like normal human hair and face, unfortunately. So no Silver Zane hair.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. What if they did? If it was Tournament of Elements, what if they redesigned the Titanium Ninja, but with the new Zane, like with that hair?
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, definitely.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome because I think with the original Titanium Zane, he was, or like his body and his legs were molded in light gray, except they weren't silver. Except everything else on him was silver. But then Lego showed us that they could mold the body and legs in gray with in silver with his Hands of Time suit. So hopefully they can do an all silver figure. I'm hoping.
Yeah. I mean, like, with the sets that were revealed, they revealed the Jungle Raider, but Jay didn't come in that set, so that must mean that there's another Tournament of Elements set, or Jay's just in the Jungle Raider. So I don't know if there will be another one with Titanium Zane, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Have there been any other leaks for Legacy? Like, besides the names?
I don't think so. I think there was leaks that there was only 4 sets coming in winter.
Yeah.
But there's 2 coming in summer.
So there's 2 waves of Legacy, technically. Legacy 2. Huh. I really hope that they'll do sets they haven't done before. Like an Ouroboros set.
Yeah, I was really hoping for stuff like, just off the top of my head, like Garmadon's mech from the final battle.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people would want that.
And, like, they've done so many cool mechs since that season that I feel like if they did that, it would probably be, like, one of the best mechs. And that Garmadon figure, too, with, like, the hairpiece. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, then we'd finally get Garmadon hair.
So, like, in Season 12, what have we gotten so far? So, Pink Zane, we already mentioned. A few of, like, the pieces, like the sword for maybe the villain, maybe the hero. I don't know. It's like a pink... Isn't it like a pink laser sword?
Yeah, practically.
It reminds me of... I don't know if you remember it, but it was in... I think it was Child's Play. How they had, like... When they're fighting the Grundle. And they had, like, the pink sword things from the comic book store.
Yes, the faux lightsabers.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like an updated version of that.
That would actually be really cool, because I think they're already doing a season in the Digiverse. So if that was sort of like re-implemented into the canon, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. And like, so this is kind of like a season where it's, I don't know, just this is kind of speculation, but it seems a lot like it's like a video game type of vibe, and it's like Jay's interests, and I guess Lloyd's too, and I guess just all the ninja, where it's like they've loved video games and stuff, but another thing is like the comic book store, and like Lloyd was really into the comic book, and then Jay was into it, and then Kai, and so maybe it might also be a little bit, I don't know, I'm trying to think how to word this. So like Ninjago's done anime, but what if they do like a comic book type of vibe in season 12?
I get what
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not necessarily like bam pow on the screen, but just like an Into the Spider-Verse Ninjago.
That would be cool for like how season 11 right now is doing the 2D animation for flashbacks. That would be cool if they did that to explain the season 12 villain's backstory, but with like comic animation.
It's like the Ninjago comic books, but in the show.
Yes, that would be so cool. But going back to the figures, Pink Zane, I think a lot of people are kind of upset about his emblem, because I think it's like missing. The original one had like a mouth or something, because you know how they all have the golden
dragon.
Yeah, that one's missing a mouth, so I guess people are upset about that. And then the figure has Nia's head, and people are kind of speculating on that, which I think is something.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could be one of two things. I think either, well, the leaker messed up and it's the wrong face, or there's a theory going around that Nia's gonna take over as the Ice Ninja. Potentially.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, in the Neverrealm, Nia could create ice because when she created water, it froze. So people are speculating that, like, she gets the power of ice and she becomes the next Ice Ninja.
That would be cool. But, except at the same time, we would be missing Zane.
Yeah. No Zane.
It's a trade-off.
No Brent Miller. No.
No, don't leave.
I would leave Ninjago. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. But at the same time, that would just be hard for his YouTube channel.
that is really, really true. I think what's really funny is that I've noticed that something has to always happen to Zane. Like, in Tournament, he was in prison, and then in Possession, he got turned into a pirate talker. And then in Skybound, he got trapped in the Jin Blade.
Yeah.
And then skipping Day the Departed, in Hands of Time, he got, like, decommissioned or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
he got decommissioned again in Sons of Garmadon.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess the writer's just, like, putting Zane in trouble, I guess.
Yeah. How do you feel about these avatar designs?
I get where people are coming from and how it's supposed to be creative and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... I'm afraid that the show is going to make them look very silly. I don't know. I'm not opposed to them because after a little getting used to, they do look really cool. But at the same time, I don't want them to be like that for an entire episode. Like, maybe that's like their powered up form in the Digiverse or whatever. But I prefer for them not to stay like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The golden mohawk is certainly something.
I think it's kind of like with Forbidden Spinjitzu. It's like another power that they might use. So it's not like their normal form, but if they... I don't know, it might be the controllers that have been revealed. Like, they might use some sort of power or some sort of weapon, and then boom, avatar version in a game or something.
I'm not sure if you have the images right now, but on their normal ninja suits, on the back of their armor, there's this little slot that's shaped sort of like a sword tip. So maybe if you, like, plug the sword into their back, you can pretend like they get powered up and then they become their avatar form. I don't know, just a small theory.
That might be it, yeah.
Personally, I wish they stuck with the legacy armor and the hoods, because they could have really stretched them out, in my opinion, because with Sons of Garmadon, we got or with not Sons of Garmadon, with the Ninjago movie hoods, we got the Ninjago movie suits, and then we got Sons of Garmadon suits, and then we got Spinjitzu Master suits, and then Hunted came with those suits, and then we got Dragon Master suits. So we got 5 suits out of those hoods, which is great. And I know LEGO isn't making new hood designs constantly, and I'm glad they're reusing them and finding new and creative ways to reuse them. And I wish they sort of kept with that instead of making new molds, because, I mean, I'm not against the new molds, really. They look awesome, but I kind of wish they stuck with the previous molds, because, I mean, we got, for Season 11, we got armor that's compatible with the Legacy hoods, except that was only used for 1 season and then tossed aside.
Oh, yeah.
But what I think is super cool is that because it was revealed that Lloyd has a visor, and it was also revealed that Nia has a visor, which hopefully that means that because those are new printings, we're getting new printing facial expressions for both the ninja. Hopefully.
Yeah, they've had like the same faces since the movie.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the other ninja will look like too. And everybody forgets this. Sensei Wu. What will Sensei Wu look like? And Pixel too, because she's a robot. And I don't know. They might not do a new version of Pixel, but I feel like she's been a bigger character a lot lately, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
So they might do like that'd be cool, like a Samurai X in the Digiverse or something.
Oh man, that would be awesome. Then they could have an excuse to give her a new vehicle.
And more plot development. More character development.
I feel like just so that way they don't have to give Sensei Wu and Pixel new suits, they would just leave them outside of the Digiverse or wherever they're going.
That's true. That's sad. I want a digital Sensei Wu. # digital Sensei Wu season. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be cool.
Digital Wu.
Oh, Do you remember way back when, I don't know, I think it might have been a month ago, there was this black head with, like, digital aesthetic face, where it's, like, blue and it's all pixelated?
I don't think so.
Basically, it was kind of looking like a virus, like a computer virus, but, like, a villainized face.
Do you think that could be the villain? Maybe not the main villain, but like a henchman?
I'm guessing it would be some sort of villain or antagonist for season 12.
Anything else you want to add before we get into our mystery segment?
Just leaks in general. I kind of want to talk about that really quickly. I mean, I'm not sure what factories or whatever, how they get on the internet, or how people even find them, but
yeah,
I think
same.
A good note to take when viewing leaks is just have an open mind. Yes, you can be negative, but don't let others affect your opinion in general, and just people work hard on the designs, and yes, sometimes they can be silly designs, but I think it's good to just have an open mind and try and let the suits grow on you. But yeah, those are my 2 cents on leaks, just in general, because I see a lot of people fighting over whether their opinion is valid or not, which I think is kind of silly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But yeah,
my favorite part of Podjitzu. This is the mystery segment. In previous episodes, I've done. I'm not even gonna tell you guys. You know what? Just go back, listen to the mystery segments. They can be a mystery if you haven't listened to them. And so, if you go back and listen to those, there's some awesome stuff. But in this episode of Podjitzu, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to add some suspense. We're going to be doing something I call Ninjago meme review.
Oh my gosh, this sounds really cool. I'm excited.
Disclaimer, because this actually is a thing already, apparently. Tanner Fishy's made a Ninjago meme review. I didn't know about it at the time as it was coming out, and I thought of this idea a while back, and then Tanner, he made a video. I'm not copying Tanner Fishy. It's just a little disclaimer. But basically how it's going to work in this is, Brickfilmer, we're going to have, I guess, let's say 5 minutes to find our best, our juiciest Ninjago memes that we can find.
So 5 minutes?
5
on
minutes.
The clock?
Yes. And I haven't looked up anything yet, so I don't even know what I'm doing.
3, 2, 1, go. Time is up.
Okay. How should we do this? Should we just spam them in our chat?
Sure.
This doesn't even have to be a competition. We can just rate them. How should we do the rating system?
7 Dareth heads out of 10. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what?
Out of 10 Dareth heads.
Woo is training us to destroy Shiva.
I like how they're all going out into battle. That's yeah, I would rate this one a good 8 out of 10 at least.
I'm gonna say 8.5. I don't know. I'm not feeling this one as much. It's a good concept, but I would give it a 5 or a 6 or something.
I just like how distorted the images and how you can see the motion in Mr. Krabs' eyes. I would rate it 7 or 8 out of 10 Dareth heads.
Moving on to the one with the Dareth heads. How would you rate this one?
Toothpaste exists. Dentist. 9 out of 10 Dareth heads are smiling.
So it's a 9 out of 10 for you?
Yes, because of the 9 out of 10 Dareth heads in the meme.
I would rate it, but I don't fully understand it.
Oh. So there's this meme format where it's you know how toothpaste commercials or any sort of medical care commercials is 9 out of 10 doctors recommend this product.
Oh.
Sort of made into a meme.
Okay, I'm gonna rate that 9 out of 10 now that I understand it. Okay, this one might be a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice the Garmin on Oni at the bottom. I just knew about the Coke and the Pepsi.
You have Omega and you have Garmadon. Boom. Oni Garmadon.
I didn't even notice that. That's so great.
What's that for you?
Probably a 10 out of 10.
Okay. It's our first 10 out of 10er.
When someone says Ninjago sucks, me, I'm sorry, I don't speak stupid. Jay's expression is priceless in that image.
I'm pretty sure, was that on the episode where he didn't understand what, I'm trying to think of which word it was. There was this one word. Bequeath, yes. That's what it was.
I think it might be that episode. It's a good meme. I'm not feeling that one too much. Probably like a 6 out of 10.
I'd also say a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's the greatest. Brown power. Dareth. The user can make themselves desperately need to use the bathroom.
He looks so confident in the picture.
This is like a 9 for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think just of how contrasting the picture is to the text makes it so much better. Me plugs in charger in the dark successfully. Could I be the Green Ninja? I think that's kind of like a new meme format, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you do something, and it's like, could I be the Green Ninja?
Yeah. I think it's going around out of the Ninjago community, too.
Yeah. Did you see that Ninjago made it onto Meme Review?
Like PewDiePie meme review?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me and the boys at 11:59. Me and the boys at 12 a.m. I don't get it.
But yes, this one is awesome. Definitely an 8 out of 9. 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd also say it's like an 8 or 9. Hi, I'm Ronan, and I just broke into your house and stole everything.
He seems so cool about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm just here. It's normal Ronan.
Normal Ronan. That's like a 9 for me, because it's accurate. It's Ronan.
Yeah, definitely. 9 for me as well. Oh no, his battery died. It's in such bold text, and it makes you want to read it in such a nonchalant way, because Lloyd's just like, oh no, it's Zane, and his battery died, and Zane's just shut down. I would definitely rate this a solid 8 out of 10 at least.
Yeah, I'd say like an 8. How Dareth sees himself. Golden Ninja reality.
Tangled up Dareth in weeds.
This is my favorite one. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
I do like it a lot. 9 out of 10 for me. When you have a friend over and he starts touching your Ninjago minifigure collection, I'm afraid those are for display only. I think in the context or where that screenshot is from that Ninjago short, it just makes me want to think like we was actually talking about his Ninjago minifigure collection, and instead of fighting Garmadon over golden weapons, it's just over his minifigure collection.
I can relate to this.
Solid.
Because, like, people have come into my room and they just, like, start touching my Lego stuff. And I'm like, okay. Because I live at a college dorm. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is relatable. I'll give it, like, a 9.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. And the final meme. I shall give you the honors.
Did you say candy?
There's so many Ninjago stills out there where it's just the ninja, but with really big eyes. And I don't know where they come from. I would rate this one at least a 9.5 out of 10, because it's almost to the tippity top for me, because of just the Ninjago faces with big eyes is always hilarious to me.
Yeah, I would say like an 8 or 9.
Alright, that's all the memes we got.
Well, that's pretty much it for the podcast. Thanks for joining me, by the way, Podjitzu.
Yeah, no, it was awesome being here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Be sure to check out his Big Time Rush video, guys. The link to that will be in the description, and his channel. So anyway, if you enjoyed, please stay tuned for more Podjitzus. They're going to be coming. I don't know how often, but they are going to be happening. I have another guest that I've been in contact with, and there might be a Podjitzu episode coming out maybe in a week or so, something like that. So be looking for that. And Brickfilmer, do you have any last words before I end off this podcast?
Go subscribe to SBI Ninjago and go subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
I guess that's all I have to say.
Awesome.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time.